As college basketball fans continue their journey through the early stretches of non-conference play, they are enjoying plenty of interesting early season non-conference matchups. And I thought it would be a good time to cover a particular non-conference matchup that is as relevant in the past as it is today. Anytime the University of Kansas Jayhawks and the University of Kentucky Wildcats play, many fans who follow NCAA college basketball watch the game anticipating a heavyweight matchup. Each program has plenty to brag about. We could probably make another video about a comparison between Kansas and Kentucky basketball. I mean, both teams have a combined 12 NCAA championships. If we had to cover every single fact, that would be a very long video. We're just gonna stick to the topic of the video. Like any rivalry, some of those battles resulted in lopsided victories. For example, at the start of the 2013-2014 season, the college basketball world was excited to see Kansas versus Kentucky compete in the Champions Classic. The Jayhawks were dominated by a stacked Wildcat roster 72-40 in a game that would foretell how the rest of the season would go for the Cats. Kentucky would go on to be undefeated in the regular season and eventually fall to Wisconsin in the Final Four later that same season. Believe it or not, this game's final result wasn't the largest margin of victory in the history of the series between these two programs. The year is 1989. The Berlin Wall has fallen in Europe. Madonna is topping the chart, and it is a chilly December 9th at Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas. The students are already thinking of their Christmas vacation plans, but little did they know they would have quite a game to talk about with their families over Christmas dinner. Kansas was coming off of a recent championship 1988 season. One might ask, was there anyone from the 1988 championship team on the 89-90 roster? Matter in fact, there were several Jayhawks remaining on the roster with championship experience. Mike Maddox was a junior forward who averaged 8.7 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.4 assists during his junior year. Jeff Geldner was a guard in his senior season with comparable stats. And Kevin Pritchard was also a solid presence on the team, averaging nearly 15 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. When it came to head coaches, it would also be Roy Williams' second season at Kansas, so he is still in the process of building the program, as well as Rick Pitino for Kentucky, because it was his first season at Kentucky as well. Going into the game, it looked like it was going to be a pretty stacked matchup. The game ended with a final score of 150-95. This total would be the largest margin of victory in Kansas basketball history. It would also be the largest loss ever suffered by Kentucky. Some people that watch college basketball would probably even remark that that score would be more reminiscent of an NBA game. So, how did KU orchestrate such a large margin of victory? I mean, in the beginning, Kentucky was actually leading 16-11. KU would go on a scoring blitz from that point. KU would end up scoring 80 points in the first half, which also happens to be a program record. The first half score would be 80-61. According to Sean Goodwin of the University Daily Kansan, the Jayhawks easily broke out of the press time and time again, quickly rushing up the court and draining 52 of their 85 attempted field goals. Again, another Kansas record for made field goals. The Jayhawks also dished off 36 assists, another standing record, easily moving the ball around Kentucky's defense. Earlier in the article, he stated Rick Pitino preferred to operate a high-pressure, full-court press. KU would also benefit from many trips to the charity stripe. Kansas went 36 of 44 on free throw attempts as a result of Kentucky's eye-watering 35 fouls, including center Reggie Hansen committing 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the contest, as well as Rick Pitino picking up a pair of technical fouls for throwing a towel and arguing with officials. The point production didn't just come from the free throw line, however. It also came in the paint, with Kansas center Becca Markkanen taking advantage of Kentucky's foul trouble underneath the basket, as well as forwards Mark Randall, Mike Maddox, and Rick Calloway having their way in the paint. The quartet combined for 66 of Kansas's 150 total points. However, the MVP of the night was guard Terry Brown, scoring a team-high 31 points, 21 of those points coming from a 7-10 effort from beyond the three-point line. Apparently, Kansas did have quite a high-powered offense that year, going on to score 100 or more points 4 more times that season, while Kentucky would have a down year, allowing 100 or more points 4 more times that season as well. The 1989 season going into 1990 would also start KU's impressive NCAA tournament appearance streak. Earlier that year, the 1989 tournament would be the last time KU would miss an NCAA tournament. It would be due to recruiting violations by the former coach Larry Brown that made the organization determine that KU would be ineligible to compete in the tournament that season. Perhaps that is the reason why KU played with added intensity that season, to prove any doubters wrong and to show that the team was legit. I mean, many of the players that were sophomores, juniors, and seniors that spent time with that program during that 1988-89 season were probably looking for some redemption in the 89-90 season, and they sure as hell got it with that dominant win over Kentucky. To this day, this game remains a highlight in a long list of amazing games between these two schools. I don't know if a similar score would ever be reached in the future. Feel free to leave what you think about this game and the Kansas-Kentucky rivalry in general, or just what you think about college basketball. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching this video.